Saram, dear listeners, and welcome once again to Radio Sai Bhajan Classroom. Today we have a lovely bhajan adoring Lord Ganesha. Lambodara he Gauri Nandana. Let's listen to how the first line of the bhajan sounds. Lambodara he Gauri Nandana. So this is what we will learn now. Like in every episode of this program, let's get familiar with the lyrics and then we'll move on to the tune, the raga, the beat, and we'll spend a lot of time understanding the significance of every word of this bhajan. So we begin with the lyrics.
Lambodara he Gauri Nandana Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana Siddhi Vinaayaka he Dukha Bhanjana Asura Vinaashaka Shubhanana Gauri Nandana Mooshika Vaahana Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
With the lyrics clear, let's now come to the interesting part of singing this bhajan. As you listen to the tune of this bhajan sung very slowly without any musical accompaniments, please listen carefully and follow after every line so that you get a feel of how this bhajan flows.
We are singing this bhajan in D Pancham.
Lambodara he Gauri Nandana.
Lambodara he Gauri Nandana.
Lambodara he Gauri Nandana.
Lambodara he Gauri Nandana.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Siddhi Vinaayaka he Dukha Bhanjana.
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 Asura Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Asura Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Asura Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Asura Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Gauri Nandana Mooshika Vaahana.
Gauri Nandana Mooshika Vaahana.
Gauri Nandana Mooshika Vaahana.
Gauri Nandana Mooshika Vaahana.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
Lambodara he Gauri Nandana.
So, this is the beautiful bhajan in adoration of the lovely Lord Ganesha. Very powerful tune. When a bhajan session starts, if it starts with vigor, it raises the whole ambience around. People wake up from wherever their mind is and concentrate on the Lord. And that is what every Ganesha bhajan should do. So let's understand the structure of this bhajan. What makes the bhajan so alive and so energizing? So Anirudh, what are your thoughts on the raga of the bhajan?
Saram Vishu.
Saram.
This very vibrant bhajan is based on rag Hamsadvani. In Hamsadvani we have Sa Re Shuddh Ga Shuddh Ga Pa Ni Shuddh Ni Sa Ni Pa Ga Re Sa Sa Re Ga Pa Ni Sa Ni Pa Ga Re Sa. So it has 5 notes. Vinaayaka, Vinaayaka, Mahaganapate, Namostute, Pahi Gajanana Dinavana. All these bhajans belong to Hamsadvani. When I sing Pahi Gajanana, I am reminded of the beautiful alap, which has as an invocatory note to Lord Ganesha. In fact, it's there in the Radio Sai Bhajans channel. The alap beautifully starts with Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum, followed by Agajanana Padmarkam, that's Stotram, which is tuned in Hamsadvani. Now coming back to this bhajan, when we do the swaras, you would realize there are small variations in the lines where Shuddha Dha is added, Shuddha Ma is being added, but it just feels as if the entire bhajan is in Hamsadvani. But these are the beautiful additions. I think when the singers sing along with, it adds a lot of beauty too. For example, Lambodara he. You didn't have noticed perhaps that I got into a note, I sang just a note which is not there in the Hamsadvani. Lambodara he. Dha.
Okay.
Finally, it is all beautiful and just makes you think of God. Just that when you ask me to analyze the raga line by line and see where it belongs to, Sani pa ga pa dha pa ga re ga pa dha pa ga re, that is Mohanam. But whereas the dha is being taken into this bhajan, the final experience is a blissful and as you said, very energizing after 3 ohms, which the important role the Ganesha bhajans play is that after 3 omkarams, the energy in which they wake us up, as you said, to get tuned to the entire bhajan session is something very amazing. And we have very powerful Ganesha bhajans, vibrant Ganesha bhajans with third speed, Ganesha bhajans which are meditative, Ganesha bhajans which are slow, medium, fast.
And I think the bhajans which are in Hamsadvani have a different feel altogether, given the nature of the raga, isn't it?
Yes, as you said, the nature of the raga, it is being used for an auspicious beginning. So many concerts, they start with the Hamsadvani. For example, you have the very famous Kriti Vatapi Ganapatim. वातापि गणपतिं भजेऽहम्. It sets the mood of a brightness, a beautiful energy around
Yes.
that the listeners get tuned to the concert as well as get soaked into the kriti also.
So, as you said, let's take every line and then we can discover the lovely manner in which swaras have come together for this
Yes.
bhajan.
So let's take the first line. Lambodara he Gauri Nandana Sani paga pa dha pa gari ga pari re re.
Sani paga pa dha pa gare ga pare re re.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana Nere re pa gare sa sa nere sa.
Ni re re pa ga re sa sa ni re sa.
Siddhi Vinaayaka he Dukha Bhanjana Nisani pari ri gari sa sa gari ga ma ga.
Ni sa ni pare re ga re sa sa ga re ga ma ga.
Asura Vinaashaka Shubhanana Gapani ni 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 sa sa ni ri sa.
Ga pa ni li li ni ni sa sa ni re sa.
Gauri Nandana Mooshika Vaahana Ri 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 ni ri ni pa ga ga pa dha pa ga re.
Re 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 ni re ni pa ga ga pa dha pa ga re.
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana Nere re pa ga re sa sa nere sa.
Ni re re pa ga re sa sa ni re sa.
So, the beat also is the usual beat, right?
Yes, the beat of this bhajan is 8 beat, Aditalam or Keherva in the classical music. So let's have the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Lambodara he Gauri Nandana
Lambodara he Gauri Nandana
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana
Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana.
So, that gives us a very good idea of the raga and the tala. Thank you so much, Anirudh and Anand.
Thank you, Vishu. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. We now come to the most important part of this classroom, wherein we contemplate on what each word of this bhajan conveys. A bhajan may have a beautiful melody, but if it is bereft of feelings from the heart, it is as dry as a desert. So let's take every line and see what every word of this bhajan is trying to tell us and how we can connect to Swami as we sing with devotion. The first line, Lambodara he Gauri Nandana. Lambodara refers to the one with a big belly. The large belly of Lord Ganesha is very cute to look at. He's so adorable. What he also conveys through that round belly is how everything in this universe is round. Everything that goes around comes around. That is what the law of karma is. The big stomach, Bhagavan says, also represents how we should have the tenacity to absorb everything, be it pain, pleasure, happiness, joy, good, bad. Ganesha is always the cheerful one. Everything is assimilated without any complaints, and his pot belly is only through steam cooked food. Swami says Ganesha likes modaka, which has no oil and which is cooked in the most healthy way. So even though he has a big belly, but he is healthy, he is agile, and he is able to absorb and assimilate everything. That is what Lambodara signifies. Gauri is the name of Mother Parvati. She is called Gauri because she is brilliant, she is shining, she is effulgent. Nandana means son. Ganesha is Gauri Nandana, the beloved son of Mother Parvati. There is an interesting legend about the birth of Lord Ganesha. Once Mother Parvati was preparing to have a shower. She wanted someone to stand as a guard. Nandi, the divine bull, was always with Lord Shiva, and Mother Parvati felt that she had no one loyal to her. So she took a little turmeric paste that she had applied on her body, and using it, she created the image of a boy and breathed life into it. That is how Ganesha came into being. Her loyal son did guard her sincerely, but so sincere this little boy was that even when Lord Shiva wanted to enter inside, he did not allow him. And so a battle followed between Lord Shiva and the son, resulting in Lord Shiva beheading his own son. When Mother Parvati saw this, she was inconsolable, and Lord Brahma appeared on the scene and suggested that Lord Shiva should replace the boy's head with the head of the first living being that he came across, which lay with its head facing north. And Lord Shiva then sent his disciples to find such a head, and they found a dying elephant sleeping in this manner. After its death, they took its head and attached it to the boy's body and brought him back to life. Lord Shiva then made him the leader of all the celestial armies or Ganas and conferred him the name Ganesha. It was because of his valorous self, it was because of his fearlessness, because of his courage. So that is how Lord Ganesha got the face of an elephant. But there is a deeper meaning in this story. It tells us how one should be totally loyal to one's mother. If our dedication to our mother is complete, we will automatically gain all the blessings of the world and become invincible. We will become the leader of men. Bhagwan always speaks of 5 mothers for a person, namely the physical mother or the Deha Mata, the cow that gives us sustaining milk or Gomata. The third is Bhumata, the land that grows the crops that feeds us. The holy motherland is the fourth, Deshamata. And finally, the heritage of spiritual treasure that reveals the aim and purpose of human life and takes us towards the goal of self-realization. And this is Vedamata. Bhagwan always exhorts us to respect all these 5 mothers. So in this line, we pray to the beloved son of Mother Gauri, who is the pot-bellied one and the most resilient, valorous one. We pray to him to bless us with that large-heartedness, to bless us with that courage and tenacity to deal with everything in life with a smile. We move on to the next line. Vighna Vinaashaka, Shubhanana. Vighna is obstacle. Vinaashaka is destroy. Shubhanana comes from Shubha, which means auspicious. Anana refers to face. There's a very beautiful experience of Professor Raghunath Sharma, an alumnus of Bhagwan's college, who also serves in the Prashantinilayam campus. It was during the days of his PhD program. He was near the Mandir Ganesha, and suddenly from nowhere, Professor Nanjundaya, the then controller of examinations, comes there and he tells Mr. Raghunath, I know that you are struggling a lot for your PhD, for your doctorate. If you think that you will complete your PhD on your own, you are wrong. You should pray to him. You should pray to Lord Ganesha. This was a very telling moment for Raghunath Sharma because it was not as if Professor Nanjundaya was speaking to him every day. The way the message came and at the time it came made him feel that this was a message from Bhagwan. So he took his advice very seriously. And from that day, he would go and stand in front of Ganesha and fold his hands and pray to him to bless him with the knowledge and wisdom to complete his PhD. And from then on, his PhD progressed at a brisk pace and he completed it in the next 6 months. In fact, a PhD which was dragging for several years without any visible progress happened in just 6 months after he started his prayers to Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha is the one who removes all the obstacles, be it on the path of our material progress or on the path to our self-realization. He converts everything inauspicious into auspiciousness. So that is what is conveyed in Vighna Vinaashaka, Shubhanana. Let's move on to the third line. Siddhi Vinaayaka, he Dukha Bhanjana. Dukha is sorrow. Bhanjana is one who removes our sorrow. Siddhi is wisdom. Vinaayaka is the one who has no leader above him. There's a lovely moment shared by a long-term devotee, Mr. Srinivasan. He had his first darshan of Bhagwan in 1965. He was an active Sevadal and was even a chosen instrument involved in getting the sealing work done for the Sai Kulbant Hall. During the early years of his pilgrimage to Prashantanilayam, he used to seek tips for good darshan and ways and means of getting close to Bhagwan. He received many suggestions but nothing seemed to work. And then a devotee told him, there is an inexplicable connection between Lord Ganesha and Bhagwan. If you pray sincerely to Lord Ganesha, he will take your prayers to Bhagwan. So Mr. Srinivasan tried this many times and he says, believe it or not, at times I had got very, very good responses. I used to make petty prayers like I should get the first line or I should get Padnamaskaram today or Swami should accept my letter today. And things would just work out. At one point in time, he faced a great problem in his life and he was desperate to speak to Swami and pray for his blessings. He immediately remembered Lord Ganesha and did 12 circumambulations around him and broke a coconut and prayed to him. Most amazingly, that day, he got the first token in darshan line. In those days, the devotees used to sit on the sands for darshan. That session, when Bhagwan emerged out of his residence, he proceeded to the ladies' side as darshan began and then came onto the gents' side. He accepted Mr. Srinivasan's letter and then he asked how many, meaning how many people were with him. He said, only me, Swami. Swami said, okay, go inside. Mr. Srinivasan could not believe his ears and he ran towards the mandir veranda. Once inside the interview room, Bhagwan lovingly inquired about his problems and he explained the solutions for his worries. And then Swami smiled at him and said, you are seeking recommendation from Ganesha, but when I called you in, you just ran towards Mandir without even looking at Ganesha who is there near the circle. You forgot to thank him or think of him. So that is the beautiful cosmic connection between the Lord and his beloved Son, who is always eager to remove the sorrows of the Lord's devotees. He is the Dukha Bhanjana. He removes our miseries. And since he is the one without any leader, he is the indisputable leader. He is the most resourceful one who all the time fills us with the right direction and ensures that we are blessed with the grace of the divine. Let's move on to the next line. Asura Vinaashaka, Shubhanana. Asura is demon. Vinaashaka is to destroy. Shubhanana, as we discussed earlier, means the one who confers auspiciousness. So Asura Vinaashaka Shubhanana refers to Lord Ganesha, who removes the demons inside us, the demons inside as well as outside. A student of the Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School, Satya Prasad, once shared this beautiful moment that he had had with Lord Ganesha. He says, I was a notorious child. Being the only son of my parents, my mother was always concerned about me. When I joined here for grade 11, I don't know why, but I felt like joining the Ganesh Puja team of boys. Our job was to take care of the shrine of Lord Ganesha and worship him daily. So I started considering Ganesha as my brother, my beautiful, friendly brother. So I used to tell Ganesha everything as I used to worship, as I worshipped him every day. And I knew that he would help me with my academics. Earlier, I was vacillating between the 3rd and the 5th rank. After I started my worship to Lord Ganesha, I secured 2nd rank. But more than academics, I saw something very beautiful in my attitude. I actually wanted to see a change in myself. So one day I fell at his feet and I pleaded with Ganesha to help me in my character. There were a lot of changes that I wanted to bring in my personality and I was not able to do that. Once I started worshipping Lord Ganesha, I was surprised to see the transformation happening within me. For instance, earlier, I was always close to any suggestions or ideas from my classmates. I used to think I am correct. Why is this person suggesting something which is not going to work? I was not open to new ideas. I was very impatient. Once I made Ganesha my friend, I started having more patience. I began to listen more. I became more accommodative. In fact, when I went home, my mother was so deeply touched seeing the behavioral change in me. And I can attribute this only to Lord Ganesha destroying all the negative traits within me. So that is how Lord Ganesha is Asura Vinaashaka, all that is unpleasant in us. Our sincere prayers to him converts that into beautiful traits, into traits that helps us to love everyone, into qualities that makes us endearing to the Lord. Let's move on to the ultimate line. Gauri Nandana, Mooshika Vaahana. We already discussed Gauri Nandana. Mooshika Vaahana refers to Lord Ganesha having Mooshika or the rat or the mouse as his vehicle. According to ancient Indian culture and spirituality, Lord Ganesha always rides on the mouse. Now, what is the inner significance of this? Bhagwan once said, you may wonder how a small mouse can carry on its back a hefty personality like Ganesha. Well, Mooshika does not refer to a mere mouse. It symbolizes the darkness of ignorance because it is in ignorance that the mouse moves about. So Mooshika Vaahana is one who subdues our ignorance and dispels darkness. In a discourse in 1969, Bhagwan gave another insight on the mouse being the mount of Lord Ganesha and said, Ganesha rides on a mouse, though he is stupendously corpulent and has the head of an elephant. This does not mean that the gods are helpless without these animals and birds as instruments of locomotion. It only reveals that no bird or beast is to be despised, for the divine is using each as his vehicle. Every being is auspicious, and every being, once in association with the divine, becomes sacred. There is yet another profound insight we can learn from the mouse. During Ganesh Chaturthi festival of 1985, Bhagwan said, the mouse is a creature that is led to destruction by vasana or the smell of things. There are ways that you can trap the mouse when it is carried away by the smell of things it likes. And Swami said, vasanas are our tendencies, our preferences and our predilections stamped on our mind from the previous births. We are all victims of vasana, and Ganesha smoothers and suppresses these vasanas. The vasanas which misdirect man and create misfortune, since Ganesha sits on these vasanas. If we pray to Lord Ganesha, all these tendencies that we have inherited from previous births can be annihilated. All our miseries are because of these qualities and these behavioral traits that are there in our personalities and have come to us from many lifetimes. To convert all these inauspicious qualities in us, Lord Ganesha fills us with that courage, with that wisdom, and with that energy. And that is what is conveyed in adoring him as Mooshika Vaahana. There is a sweet incident narrated by Mr. Vednaran, who joined Bhagwan's college in Whitefield, Bengaluru in 1976. On the holy occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi that year, Bhagwan came to the hostel and brought with him the esteemed Vedic scholar Brahmarshi Kamavadhani Garu to perform the ritualistic worship of Lord Ganesha. The students had made a Ganesha idol and Bhagwan personally came to watch the proceedings. As the students performed the rituals, Bhagwan casually asked, "Where is the Ganesha?" And the scholar did not say anything, and the next moment Bhagwan waved his hand and out came a beautiful silver idol of Lord Ganesha. Swami placed the statue in the shrine and then asked, "Oh, how can the son be there without the mother? The mother also should be there." And again Bhagwan waved his hand, moved in a circle, and this time came a lovely statue of Mother Parvati. Swami handed over this idol too and said that both Mother Parvati and her son Ganesha should be worshipped together. Mr. Vednaran says that he clearly remembers this amazing scene because it was one of those exceptional occasions when Bhagwan created beautiful statues of both mother and son at the same time. In the Ganapati Atharva Shirsham, the sacred Vedic hymn dedicated to Lord Ganesha, there is a potent mantra or the Bija mantra which when chanted will confer one with the vision of Lord Ganesha. Mr. Vednaran was very attached to Lord Ganesha and always prayed intensely to him. And he wanted to test the efficacy of this Bija mantra mentioned in the Ganapati Atharva Shirsham. So he began chanting this mantra, and one day, after many days of chanting and sincere prayers, Swami indeed blessed him with the vision of himself as Lord Ganesha, as an infant baby Ganesha. This Ganesha had a tiny trunk and small ears and kept shaking his head this way and that way, and Mr. Vednaran was thrilled with this enthralling experience to behold the cute and lovely form of Lord Ganesha. If our prayers are sincere, the Lord will ensure that our wish and our pure thought finds manifestation and fills us with bliss. If we sing with this feeling of sincerity, if we offer our melody, our sadhana with this level of intensity, we will definitely be filled with the immensity of His grace, with the beauty of His physical proximity, and with the wisdom and knowledge to march towards our goal with energy and agility. Thank you so much for being with us through this session of dwelling on the various words that make this lovely bhajan on Lord Ganesha. There is no end to this satsang. What we have shared is just a drop in the ocean of what every name and every limb of Lord Ganesha signifies. If only we absorb ourselves in the inner significance of everything that we are doing, the world before us will open up with a beauty and nobility that we would have never ever imagined and fill us with bliss. So let's sing this bhajan once again along with the students of Prashanti Nilayam. As you sing this, feel him in your heart and offer your love with utmost sincerity.
Lambodara hai Gauri Nandana, Lambodara hai Gauri Nandana, Lambodara hai Gauri Nandana, Lambodara hai Gauri Nandana, Vighna Vinaashaka Shubhanana, विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना सिद्धि विनायक हे दुख भंजना 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 असुर विनाशक शुभानना असुर विनाशक शुभानना असुर विनाशक शुभानना असुर विनाशक शुभानना गौरी नंदना मूषिक वाहना गौरी नंदना मूषिक वाहना गौरी नंदना मूषिक वाहना गौरी नंदना मूषिक वाहना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना लंबोदर हे गौरी नंदना लंबोदर हे गौरी नंदना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना विनाशक शुभानना सिद्धि विनायक हे दुख भंजना सिद्धि विनायक हे दुख भंजना असुर विनाशक शुभानना असुर विनाशक शुभानना गौरी नंदना मूषिक वाहना गौरी नंदना मूषिक वाहना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना विघ्न विनाशक शुभानना लंबोदर हे गौरी नंदना.
So that brings us to the end of the current episode of Radio Sai Bhajan Classroom. If you have any queries or comments, as always, you can write to us. Our email ID is listener@radiosai.org. You can send us your feedback by sending your messages to our WhatsApp number 9393 258 258. With humility and love, we offer this endeavor at His lotus feet.